So this is going to be a video explaining how to use Excel, some of the basics, and some of the tools that might be um, important for you guys to know and learn for in the future for some projects that you may need to do, like a math IA, things like this. So the first step when you start with Excel is opening up the spreadsheet. So once you click on Microsoft Excel on your browser, you're going to see a screen. It might be this one or it might be something similar to this one because you might have a different version. This is going to show up, and there are many different spreadsheet templates that may be used, such as family budget, personal budget, daily schedule. There's many different ones for different things that you might want to do, but today I will be guiding you through the blank workbook, which is the simple Excel spreadsheet. Once you open it up, this is the screen that will show up. Across the top, there are some tabs. Tabs are these: home, insert, draw, page layout, formulas, data, review, and view. Each of these tabs has its own ribbon, which are the tools that you're going to see. Like, once you click on the tab, the tools that you're going to see, such as paste, like the bold, the italics, that's called the ribbon. It is divided into 9 groups, each with different purposes. For example, this is the home tab, which is divided into those 9 groups. They each have different purposes. Okay. Another thing that you need to note is that Excel is divided into columns and rows. So the columns are the letters A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and so on and so on. And the rows are the ones that are labeled as numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the next thing that you should know is that each little box of these where you enter data is called a cell. A cell is the point where a column and a row intersect. Each of these cells have a name. For example, this one here that I'm hovering over would be cell A1. This one here would be cell A2. This one here would be C2, and so on. At the bottom of the spreadsheet over here, you see this space where it says sheet 1 and the plus sign next to it. If you want to add new data, maybe you even something that's not related but you just want to make another sheet, you click this plus sign over here and it'll automatically create a new sheet. So you have 2. These sheets together, they create what is called a workbook. Basically, to get started with the actual tutorial on how to use this Excel and all of the tools that I have previously mentioned, I am going to begin typing here. For example, let's say we want to create a graph to compare predicted IB test scores and actual IB test scores. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to go to cell A1. That's not A1, sorry. So we're going to go to cell A1 and we're going to type in predicted IB score. As you can tell, this did not completely fit in cell A1. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to grab it. You're going to grab and you're going to drag so that it doesn't move into cell B1 and it just expands the cell so that you can see the whole thing that I wrote in. So next what we're going to do in cell B1, we're going to type in actual IB score. So once again, you see, you need to be careful when doing this because this that just happened to me might happen to you. So what you want to do is you're gonna go with your mouse to wherever you want to expand, and then you're going to click, grab, and there you go. Now you can see both perfectly. So keep in mind these are completely made up scores. So let's say person 1 got a 4. Second one, that's their predicted score. Another one, a 6, a 3, a 7. Okay, now let's say that this person got a 5. This person got a 4. This person got a 3. This person got a 6. Okay, so now we have our chart. If you want to make this a chart and copy and paste it into Word, you can also do that. You can do this, and then you go into Word, let's say a blank document, and you say paste, and then you do this, you right click, you say borders and shading, and then you say all, okay, and there you go. You have the table copied into Word. So for now, we're going to leave that aside. We're not going to save it. So next thing that I want to show you is the formulas that Excel has. So some of the important formulas that you're going to need for the future in IB and for your IAs are the auto sum, the sum, and the average. So basically, let's say you want the sum of all of this. You go to the next cell under and you press sum, and then it's going to do that, and you press enter, and then it gives you the sum of all of these numbers, which is 20. Another thing is the average. So the average is the mean. When doing your math IA, you're probably going to need to find the mean of some data. So you go to formulas, you click the down arrow on AutoSum, you click average, and then enter, and it gives you the mean of the data. So you can also do that for all of your data. You click average. Okay, so the next useful thing that I would like to show you guys is how to insert a graph based on your data that you are comparing into your Excel sheet. So basically what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to wherever your data is. In this case, it's going to be in A and B. You're going to hover over it and press down. And then you're going to go to the Insert tab, which I already am. And you're going to see over here the different types of graphs that can be made. There's bar graphs, there's scatter plots, there's pie charts, there's all sorts of things that you could add onto your Excel spreadsheet. And today we're going to create a bar graph. Oh, sorry. Pressed the wrong one. Anyways, we're going to create a bar graph. So here is the bar graph. You just press the information and it just shows up. So the next thing that you're going to want to do is add a chart title. So here what we're comparing is predicted and actual scores. So we're going to add in the title predicted versus actual IB test scores. Then another thing, you see how your X and your Y are not labeled in this graph? You can do this using Excel. You go to chart design, add chart element, and then axis titles, primary horizontal, that's going to be your X, and then primary vertical, and that will